Football is still the topic on the Sportsmax Zone, with the third round and the fourth rounds of the CONCACAF Nations League around a week away. A team that has flown somewhat under the radar made a very promising start to their campaign. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, affectionately known as Vincy Heat, won their opening two matches in Nations League B, first toppling Belize by 2-1 and then outscoring Bermuda by 4-3. These results have left Vincy Heat atop Group C with maximum 6 points ahead of their next two fixtures, both against French Guiana on the 13th and 16th of October, respectively. Joining us via Zoom to shed more light on the game so far and the games to come, assistant coach Theon Gordon. Theon, welcome to the Sportsmatch Zone. Really great to have you on, and congrats on the fine start that SVG has made to the Nations League this year, because you didn't do that well last year, did you?
I want to say good evening, good night. Thank you for having me. We've started well. Hopefully we could continue along the same vein.
Yeah, talk to us about the scoring, because you've been pretty prolific, lots of goals in your opening two matches. And I know Alex Anderson is among your top strikers. Obviously, at the moment, offensively, you're doing well, but are you satisfied with the overall quality of your game from the defenders, goalkeepers, through midfield to the top?
Yeah, what we've tried for this new season and within the new process is creating a philosophy that's based around who we are as a people. And if you watch our football locally, it's based around attacking. And what we've tried to do is enhance what we've been doing before and trying a new way of playing, hence helping us now to score a lot more goals. Obviously, we're not satisfied with the amount of goals that we're conceding, but it's a work in progress.
How much have you looked back at last year's Nations League outing? Because you finished bottom of your group last season. How much have you assessed what happened last year in your planning for this year?
We've looked at all the games, we've looked at our process, and we've started basically from scratch. And we've tried to develop what we call a Vincy way, which is a style or way we want to play. And it has thus far proven fruitful, and we think we want to walk along these lines. One of the biggest concerns we have was the mental side of the game. And then we've been working a lot on the technical and tactical aspects. Also, we've looked at how we can incorporate both the younger players and the more seasoned players. You would have mentioned Alex Anderson being one of them, Cornelius Stewart. These have been our seasoned players. What we've tried to do is build around them, and we recognize in the past our transition game hasn't been as good on the defensive side, so we've been working on that as well as our transition into attack.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about Alex Anderson? Because I see in the USL League One, he's prolific. He has helped the North Carolina team to being leaders in the USL League One at the moment, and he's number 2 on the scoring list. How good is he? And talk to us about his value to the team.
Alex has been around for a very long time, probably over 15 years with the senior national team.
But he's still just 27, is he?
So yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's been around a very long time. I can remember one of his first goals was against America in America. I think it was 3 or 2 World Cups ago. And since then, he's been on and off. He had a serious injury, and then he's now making his way back. He's one of our key and vital players. He's actually always in contact, trying to figure out what's going on, how we need help, and how he can assist. Every time he's home, he's trying to help the younger players and asking how we could assist in the process of building the team. And obviously, our conversations have always been, how can we put you in the best position to score goals? And since we've had that conversation and we've been working, we found a formula that can work for him and for the team. Hence the reason he's been scoring as much.
Right, and Theon, in one of your responses to Lance, you spoke about integrating the youngsters with the senior players in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because I'm very, very interested with the complete turnaround, right? Because we're speaking about last season, now we're speaking about a team at the top of the table doing really, really well. Is there a system in place, a plan in place, where, you know, the youngsters are being trained to ensure that they are integrated into the senior setup really well, easily?
Interestingly, you introduced me as the assistant coach. So really and truly, I'm the technical director of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm
Right.
currently working as the head coach.
Okay.
So yes, since I've been here over the past year and a half, that's what we've been working on, a pathway of how to get players through to the national team. I think what we've been trying to do, basically, as I said before, is create a Vincy way, how we want to play, and then we've integrated it into all the different age groups. We've had a process where we have 4 academies across the island where the under 15s, under 17s, and under 20s have been going through a process of how we want to play. And also we've incorporated our senior players into this process. So what we've tried to do is look at the players at the different age groups and marry them as the best complement each other for the type of football that we want to play. So hence the reason we've integrated the junior players. The seasoned players, some of them didn't buy into the process, and currently they're buying into it now. So you may see an influx of players who were there before, now that they've seen the process and understand the process and what we're working on. So yes, there's a process in helping them move from the different levels and understanding how we want to play in the different moments of the game.
Right. I want to know about now your plans without giving away too much, because in case they're tuned in or in case they get this video, you play French Guiana twice next month. So how are preparations for that coming along to ensure that you keep this dominance that you've started with?
Yeah, well, our focus is basically getting the players to be the best version of themselves. Our intention is not to focus on the opponents, it's always to play our way and try to do your best. We try to study our opponents, understand what their strengths are and their weaknesses, and we understand what ours are, and we help our players to see that throughout the game, and then we develop a game plan along those lines. We've been working since we've played our last game. I just came off the training field with the guys. So we are in preparation for the upcoming games. We're working assiduously with a new group of players again, but hopefully we are able to tie down exactly who we need for the upcoming games. But we are content at the moment, and we hope to give a great performance again.
Yeah, so Theon, I'm a woman, I don't play with my money, and I recognize that for any sport or any business to run, you need money. Now that the team has been doing well and, of course, winning these matches, do you think it will assist in bringing corporate SVG on board to ensure that, you know, the players, of course, are rewarded for the success that they're bringing to the country?
It's more than that for us. It's about how do we inspire the country itself. Because one of the things is it's been difficult for us to hear the younger players say, I want to play for St. Vincent. I want to go and watch the game. So we recognize the fall off in terms of the passion and the joy for the sport. So that's part of the reason that we are trying to play this particular way, is to get the public behind. And obviously, once you start winning, we've seen an increase in the number of persons who've come to the national team training, persons who are assisting us. And we've felt the joy and the happiness of the Vincentian public. We're hoping that, as you say, the financial end of it can also be linked to our wins. And it could also help with our process to improve the process that we are working on at the moment to build our Vincy way and build our brand to see our football at a good level consistently, not just up and down, but stay at a consistently good level.
Yeah. Just quickly before you go, though, Theon, because I know that St. Vincent and the Grenadines, during the years of watching Caribbean Cup football, had always not been a pushover team, but you had highs and lows. 95, you were runners-up to Trinidad and Tobago with players like Kendall Velox and Rodney Jack. Really a good period there for SVG. How quickly may you get back to that as we wrap the segment?
For us, it's about winning the next game. And just winning the next game, and we'll see how it goes from there.
All right, Theon. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Sportsmax Zone. Wish you best of luck in the remaining fixtures.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
No problem. All right. Well, coming up at the track on the Sportsmax Zone, Thursday, Trinidad and Tobago's champion trainer John O'Brien on his latest Triple Crown win and his Derby-winning Super Filly in the headlines, plus the latest from Jamaica and another stakes win in Canada for Barbadian top jockey Patrick Husbands. All this coming up at the track Thursday on the Sportsmax Zone.